If you are thinking of moving to New Zealand, and if you're thinking of making the move alone, then this is the video for you. My name is Niamh, and about 2 months ago now, I moved to Auckland, New Zealand, all by myself, and I'm here to just touch on 5 things that kind of worried me when I was thinking about moving over here. So I just want to be a little voice of reason and calm you down and tell you it's all going to be totally okay. The first thing to get organised is your visa. So New Zealand Immigration have a really good website where you can search your nationality, your age, and what you're looking to come to the country for, and it'll bring up all the list of different visas that you can apply for. I myself am on a working holiday visa, and it shows you the restrictions that it may have, the length of it, possible extensions. Also on this website, if you keep clicking through, there's so many resources on like what you need to get set up when you first move here, how to make your CV into more New Zealand style, the culture changes, everything like that. So it's a really great information website. It's really user friendly, and the application process also takes maybe like 15 minutes to fill out, and my visa came back to me in 4 days. So don't worry about the visa, it's really straightforward. The next thing was location, so choosing where to come to in New Zealand. Obviously I was moving by myself, so I wanted to go to a place that was maybe a bit bigger, a bit more populated, just to give me more chance to meet people. So I chose Auckland, and honestly I didn't do a huge amount of research beforehand, but there's people on TikTok who are making videos of living in Auckland. You can always look on YouTube as well, Instagram. You can go onto Facebook groups. If you search your nationality in wherever you want to go to, there's going to be a Facebook group. You can kind of see what's going on. You can also ask questions and just get a general census of like what it's going to be like living in that place. So I chose Auckland, really enjoying it so far, and you're also like an hour drive from like everywhere, so there's always adventure days to be going on. So would recommend Auckland, but obviously do your own research and figure out where you want to go. Next thing was work. So I was planning on getting a job like as soon as I got over here. I started applying when I was in Canada, so I moved here from Canada, and I had started applying for jobs when I was still overseas, but honestly no one wanted to talk to me. They don't really care until you are in the country, because you need a tax number, and most places want to contact you by phone, so you need a New Zealand phone number, and they just don't want to contact you on an overseas number, which is completely understandable. So you can try your best maybe to build a few connections before moving over here, but otherwise I don't think the job hunt really starts until you get here. I went through recruitment agencies because my visa is a working holiday visa and I can only take temporary roles at the moment. So when I was directly applying to companies, they were just rejecting me straight away, probably because of my visa. Whereas when I went through recruitment agencies, I started getting a lot more interviews, a lot more opportunities. And in total, it took me about 4 weeks from when I got here to when I started working. So just plan accordingly, and don't worry, you will always eventually be sorted with a job. Don't worry. Let's talk money. I mean, of course, the more money you have coming over to a new country, the more comfortable you're going to be, and it all depends on kind of how you want to start your journey. Like if you come to New Zealand and want to travel first, obviously just take that budget into account. I was coming over here from living in another expensive place. I tried my best to save up as much as I could before coming here, but I knew I needed a job pretty much straight away. I think roughly I had about 5 grand New Zealand dollars coming here. That's aside of like flights, deposit for my accommodation, everything like that. That was like when I landed in New Zealand. Had about 5 grand, never ran out of money, thankfully. Obviously the more you have, the more comfortable you can be. Rent is weekly here. Most things are weekly, like gym memberships, obviously your weekly food shop. So a lot of your expenses are weekly, so just keep that in mind, but you'll be okay, you'll be fine. And then the thing I was most nervous about was making friends. As I've said, I was moving here alone. I did not know anybody over here. I had people reach out to me being like, oh, I know of people out there, if you need a contact, whatever. My main tip is to honestly find a social house. If you can live with people who are up for doing things, like one of the guys I'm living with is also relatively new to the country, so wants to be going on adventures, wants to go exploring. So he's been taking me on lots of journeys and introducing me to people. He's joined a GA team. That's not something I've done, but I've joined Irish dancing. I started doing Pilates, and it's just different ways to meet people and just say yes. There's also loads of groups, so like Irish in Auckland, there's like an Irish Gals in Auckland thing I saw on Instagram. There's always people doing things, there's always little social groups that you can check out, and just give someone a message. You know, any friend that I have made so far, a lot of it has been through TikTok. I make TikToks and girls have been reaching out to me saying they're over here too. So never be afraid to reach out to someone, because they will more than likely say yes, and you know, be so grateful that, you know, you want to meet up for a coffee. And you know, you can find people on Instagram. Never be afraid to give someone a message, comment on their post, anything like that. It's not weird. You're not weird for doing it. It's actually really, really great. Social media is a really great way of meeting friends, and you know, join groups. You're never strange for being the first one. That I thought I was always going to be, felt like really like the odd one out, you know, going to a new place by myself, not knowing anyone. But people are so kind and so friendly over here that everyone is so welcoming, and you'll just feel so comfortable straight away. So really do not worry about it. I hope that makes you feel a little bit more calm about moving country, especially if you're moving alone. I'm always here to reach out to. Crosscare Irish Diaspora is always there for you to reach out to as well. Facebook groups, social media, honestly, just reach out. It's never ever a big deal to have anyone message me, just even saying like, hi, I'm so scared about this. I know as well, if you even reach out to Irish Diaspora, just to have a chat. If you want to reach out to me, just to have a chat. If you find someone who is in the country that you want to move to, just reach out, have a chat. Everyone is always more than happy to help, because moving country alone is so scary and so overwhelming, but it's probably going to be the best thing you ever do for yourself. So best of luck.